Hello, second graders. Welcome to our new social study lesson. Please get be exploring who we are book and let's start. We still in chapter 1 today and long ago, and today we're gonna start with lesson 5, the last lesson for this chapter. So please open page 38. All right. Today you will learn about how do people in the past affect our lives today. People invent something or create something or discover something that made our life easier nowadays. So we will explore how people in the past affect our lives today. You will be learning about history and the efforts of other people that they put and make our life way easier. And also we will be able to explain how people in the past affected our lives today. So for example, if you look at this picture, so these are the Wilbur Wright taking photograph of their flight in 1908. Those are the brothers that we will learn about them now. Just turn the page and let's go for page 40. Okay, before reading the text, we need to look at the dates, how important it is. So you know that things happened long ago. We're gonna try to practice a sequence that what happened first, next, then, and last, what we covered in the previous lesson. We're going to circle the years, or we're going to underline clues that tell us what important things did the Wright brothers do, what was Bessie Coleman the first to do, what was she was the first person to do what, and what problems did the Wright brother and Coleman face. So as we say, those important people or some of the important people that they did something in the past affect our lives and change it, make life easier. And it wasn't easy for them to do that job. And then how did they do it? Did they fail? Did they succeed from the first trial? Did they give up when they didn't do good? Or they try again till they approach the success that they were looking for? First in flight. Orville and Wilbur Wright were brothers who loved to make and fix things. So these two brothers love to make and fix things. They saw that other people were trying to build an airplane that was safe to fly. No one could do it. Together, the brothers built Wright Flyer. On the first try, it crashed. The brothers fixed the plane and tried again. On December 17, 1903, Orville flew their plane for 12 seconds and went 120 feet. It was the first time humans had successfully flown an airplane. So this is on December 17, 1903. Although they crashed, but they try again. Today, people fly short trips to visit friends. They fly longer flights to see the world. The next time you see an airplane, think of the Wright brothers. So as we say, they know that people try to have an airplane or build an airplane and they did not give up. Let's see another example. Bessie Coleman lived during a time when African-American women did not have as many rights as other people. She had big dreams for herself. She met pilots coming home from World War I. She knew what she wanted to do, fly. Coleman worked hard and saved her money. She moved to Paris and went to pilot school. She was the first African-American woman to earn a pilot's license. She made it easier for other women and African-Americans to follow their dream. So when she approached her dreams, when she worked hard for her dreams, although she didn't have money, she saved the money and she flew to a different part of the world to make her dreams true. Now, let's find evidence. What kind of people do you think the Wright brothers and Bessie Coleman were? They were people, fighter, they're looking for their dreams. They wanted to have something and then they reached their dreams. Underline one thing that happened because of Wright brothers' first flight. What happened? Now people fly either short trips to visit friends or longer flights to discover the world. Circle things that Bessie Coleman did in order to get her pilot's license. We know that she met pilots coming home from coming home from World War I. We know that she saved money. We know that she moved to Paris and went to that pilot school. So she reached her goal, although it was not available around her, but she approached it and she made her dreams true, and she made life easier for other women and African Americans to follow their dreams. All right. Now we have to look for supporting details. We know, we talked about it. You have the main idea, what's the story about, the main topic, and then we have details to support your main idea. So for example, what we need to do, we have to first to go read the text again, and then find more details. So the main idea or the main topic for this lesson, inventors and pilots made a difference in people's life. So we have details, for example, because of the Wright brother, what happened? Today, people fly short trips to visit friends. Today, people also fly longer trips to see the world. And because of Coleman, more women and African Americans followed their dreams. So the main idea, the people we read about over here, what difference they made, how their invention affect us. And we know that, for example, people can fly short trips to visit friends, or another detail for the second bubble, people can fly longer trips to discover the world, have fun. And also we know that because Coleman, more women and African Americans followed their dreams. All right, page 43. We need to read the stories and we answer this question. So what we have in our chart here, we have the main idea, people from the past affect our lives today. And then we're going to have details about that. So we need to pay attention in order to have answers for this chart, and we'll find details that related to that main idea or the topic. Okay. So let's go. How do people in the past affect our lives today? Connecting the past with today, making relationship between the past and today. Leo doesn't think that he is connected to the past, but Rachel thinks she can prove he is. Read their conversations. Leo, I don't think I'm connected to the past. That was a long time ago. Rachel, really? I think you are. Leo, prove it. Rachel, let me think. Why do you like to play soccer? Leo, I've always liked it. Mom played soccer in college. Rachel, that's one connection to the past. Leo, okay, well, maybe just one connection. Rachel, how do you get to school today? Leo, I rode the bus. Rachel, have there always been school buses? No, someone had to invent them. That was in the past. Leo, I guess I used lots of things that someone invented in the past. Rachel, why do we live in New Jersey? Leo, we moved here when Grandpa got a job at the docks. Rachel, yes, there is another connection to the past. Leo, now that I think about it, the past is connected to almost everything. Do you think someday some kids will be making connections to their own past and they might connect to me? Rachel, I know why you are so curious. You got that from our parents too. So as we know over here, why Leo connected to the past, because, for example, the example we have, he's riding the school bus that someone invented long ago. So we can tell that the past affect our life in different ways. Passing it along. Parents and guardians sometimes pass down property to their children. Your community may have restaurants or farms that family members have owned for many years. The children may grow up and work there with their parents and with their children. You may enjoy learning about what the adults in your family do in their work. You may grow up to have that some type of job when you are an adult. So, and we see here family members make food in a restaurant, they run together. So she's a mom and her daughter, or a grandma and her daughter. Perhaps the most important thing that families pass down are things that cannot be seen or held. Family passes down traditions, values, and memories. What are some family traditions you know of? Maybe you enjoy eating a special food or a holiday or singing tradition songs or wearing special clothes in special events. This family works together to help other people in their community. Okay. Adults try to help children learn what's important. They try to set good examples. They may try to be honest. They may also take care of others. This shows that honesty and helping others are important values. So important values, for example, in this family, helping others, being honest, and provide service to other people. Learning values like these can help us build a better future. People who are adults now help make your community what it is. You and your friends can make the community even better. So as we say, when you get used to provide help to others, that become as a close community that appreciate each other. I appreciate when people, for example, here, they're cleaning the park. This is not their job, but they like to do something for their community. So their children and other children have fun and have safe time to play in a park. So when we get used to provide service and help our community and our families and friends in the community, we're going to have a safe, happy community that we're all working together and are enjoying our life. So community values. Family and community members teach values to children. What values are most important to pass down? So we have this conversation between these two friends, and let's see what their opinion. I think respect is most important. Showing respect shows that everyone is important. So that's a good value, respecting others, making everyone feel that it's important and it's being respected. We have another opinion for our friend here. She said, I think fairness is most important. If we aren't fair, people will be unhappy. This is also an important value because if we don't treat people fairly and we practice fairness with everyone, they might be not happy, they might be not friends, and we might be not living in harmony or living together. So what reason do the children give for their opinions? Do you agree? Well, I see the reasons both from my point of view. I think both reasons are important. Really, respecting people is important. And also treating people with fairness is also important. All right. We're still talking about people and how the past people in the past affect our life. We have an example here. This is the biographies, like information, true information with pictures about an invention, and that's invented by one of the scientists, Marie Curie. Focus on courage. You may have broken bone and needed an X-ray. If so, Marie Curie has made a difference in your life. Both of Marie Curie's parents were teachers. They value education and learning. Marie Curie became a famous scientist. She and her husband studied radioactivity and radiation. It was dangerous work, but she wanted to learn more and help others. Marie helped doctors use radiation to help sick people and people with broken bones. So during the war, she developed the vehicles to bring X-ray machine closer to the people that they need support and help or they're injured. So Marie did a great job, although it was dangerous, but because of her working hard and her insisting that she wanted to do something different to her community and to her people, now people can check if they have broken bone or something by using machines such as doing X-rays or other radiation to help them to find out what happened to their bone or their body, or to even get medication and cure. Do you know that each year people earn special awards called Nobel Prizes in arts and science? Marie Curie won a Nobel Prize in physics and a Nobel Prize in chemistry. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. She was also the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes. Marie's parents passed down a love of learning to her. Marie passed it on to her daughter. Her daughter Irene also won a Nobel Prize in chemistry. So as we see, this is something that passed to other members of family, and their support and help others and help their community. Okay, let's go back to our book and see page 43. All right, you can go back to the video, pause the information that you're looking for, and we'll write down here. The main idea that people from the past affect our lives today. So we know that this is the main idea, and we need 3 details. So people pass down land or property, if you remember the first thing, and sometimes also they pass down the traditions and values, and also pass down skills and inventions. So if we go back again quickly, I'm gonna just show here. So over here, we read that people can pass down land or properties, and we have the examples for that restaurant that it's run by family, or they pass traditions and values, or pass skills, like our example here for Marie and her husband and her daughter. Okay, let's go for the next page. All right, so as usual, this is usually, think about it, it's the activity we do it after that chapter. So it's like explaining and showing understandable for the lesson or for the chapter. What do you understand? You put the information, and you can always go to the video, go back to your book, see what we read about, what's your text, and then take some information and put it here. So for example, page 44 and 45, based on what you have read, how do people in the past affect our lives today? Describe 2 ways people in the past affect people's lives today. Use examples from the text. So we talked about that they passed on information. We include also, when we were talking, passing down properties, values, and inventions, and then you can choose any of the examples that we talk about. All right. Over here, page 45, write about yourself. How do people or events from the past affect who you are today? So you can talk about someone from the past, that how he or she has affected your life, like a special tradition or a special thing that you learn from family members, or special things that you do it because it's in your family, or your parents show you how to do it. Let's say your dad loves computers, so you became very good in computer because your dad taught you a lot, or your mom plays special sports, and it became one of your favorite sports because you see your parents or you see your mom or your dad doing it, and it became important to you as well. All right. All right, since this is the last lesson for our chapter 1, after each chapter we're gonna have something like that, which is like a small project that somehow when we do it, it's like we getting all the information revision for that that chapter. So in this chapter, we learn about why it's important to learn about the past. Community timeline. For this project, you will create timeline for your community. You will interview a family or community member to learn about the past. I would like you to be able to do that. And of course, I hope that you can have someone to interview and do this project. Make it simple, try to use pictures. You can draw. If you have evidence, you can use it to make it really creative. So this is how you will do it. How to complete it. First, you need to plan and write your interview question. So you need to put a couple of questions when you're going to meet that member, your grandpa, your grandma, or member in the community, that you're going to ask these questions. When you interview the adult that you chose, you need to interview the adult. So this is my grandma, or this is my uncle, or this is my cousin, and they ask question, you write down the answers. And of course, if they have pictures to show you things, that would be awesome. If they tell you something and you like to draw, you can do also this one. All right. For this project, when we do it, when you finish it, you can just even read it to your siblings or read it to your parents, that you know how people in the past making their life in the past or their invention in the past affect our lives now, how things change, what people had in the past, or like what kind of toys they have, or what kind of technology they use. Is it same like what we have? Is it different? And of course, the information you gathered could, as we said, include pictures. It could be probably they have a magazine that they kept long ago. You can take a picture, or if you have a picture of something that doesn't exist nowadays, you can draw it yourself. All right, second graders. So this was the end of our chapter 5, lesson 5, chapter 1. And people affect our lives in the past. People move for better life. People, how daily life changed over time, how inventions make life easy for people, and how our family is part of our communities, and how life looks today and long ago, what's the difference. If you remember the activity we have on page 4 and 5, that's the examples and the artifacts. So if you go back to page 4 and 5, you complete the chapter of word raters. So you have the word artifact. So now what we know, what's artifact, we know what's community, we know what's culture, history, immigrant, past, present, primary source, secondary source, and tradition. You always can go back to the vocabulary definitions that we had in the beginning of this chapter, and you finish this activities. So that will be on your book, page 4 and 5, exploring who we are. All right, so that was the end for chapter 1. All right, second graders, thank you.